said like you know,
दो जन है ना? हाँ दो ही। He had another program, so he would have said that he compromised on that. I said, forget it. Go separate. Actually, they've come. It seems to be doing the job of Hello guys here.
Excuse me, sir.
Should I go?
I'm sorry, sir.
No, that's okay. Come. But there's a lot of. Sure. Mom, leave up again. Come.
इसमें मुझे
And we now start with the curatorial walkthrough by Shaleen and Haifa, the curatorial fellow for this thing. Start in the corner at the entrance of the building. So you'll be able to find out.
How to make it and what to make it is very important.
talk about one crucial thing to take care of, that is the ecology and environment around us. Climate crisis is a very big word. If we have to localize it and make it make sense to where we are, we have Akash Biswas do that for us. He's from the Islands, specifically Portland, and one of the things that he's done is talk about underwater ecology. So what you're seeing behind us is debris. The debris in the ocean is motives of what you find in the coral reef, what the corals look like, how they suffer with the kind of expansion that we have in environment today. The fishing net that you see over there is something that is part of his daily environment. What you're also seeing in the paperwork is the way in which corals as motifs actually become part of our rural repertoire. Now, when we have something so deep and intimate being talked about, which surrounds us completely, what do we have in common?
So we are looking at this exhibition is here in Bombay, in Maharashtra, and Bombay is being known for beaches. And what we are directly looking at is a beach immersion facility who has used albums, photo albums, to retrieve images that she resonated with and capture the nostalgic ideas. So here is a mother figure enjoying a day at the beach. This is a childhood memory actually all of you would have had, right? And something so happy, so joyful. And this is how we really look at, care from a very conventional family point of view. I don't want, I experienced it when the sun has going to the beach and stuff. And from here, we also have another thing where Shikha showing her father and his kids. What we are looking here is the idea of family, the fundamental unit of care. There are primary caregivers in most cases. So how is the family album showing childhood memories? But what Shikha does is, she doesn't want you to just look at the top image, she wants you to think beyond. What goes beyond the happy pictures of the family? What else can we see there? What is the dynamics of relationships that is captured through an album or a very ordinary family album that just looks like a bunch of happy days? So,
When we're in Maharashtra, one of the biggest things, specifically being in Bombay days, is that you have some interaction with the beach or with water. It felt very important to bring two very important conversations together, which is what are you doing to the water bodies around you, and what eventually would be left for generations after you. So we're also very concerned, we're only concerned with where we're at right now. The idea of how this impacts generations ahead is lost. Shikha brings that very close, and having Shikha and Akash in conversation is also having two very different parts of Indian conversation as well. As we start on this very heavy note, let's go further. And what you're actually seeing is a lenticular print. Is a lenticular box. Lenticular, or the concept of lenticular is that as you change its deviation, you see a different image form. So as all of you turn from here specifically, you stand, you're going to be able to see a truck. You can keep walking through and you come to this side, which I encourage all of you to do with a lot of people. Now, this particularly also looks like corrugated steel sheets. And you see that a lot. Construction sites, the blue outlet in Bombay is very economic. What you have here is a card. Now, this is been made by Gaurang, for whom what was very important was how the interaction of the mining industry changed the landscape around his home in Goa. When we have the economy moving ahead and infrastructure is working in tandem, along with the boost that it does, what it also does is displaces a lot of people. That aspect of care gets lost. Here what has happened, particularly in Gaurang's report, is that as mining increases, as trucking increases, farming reduces. But when the mining industry stops, the entire farmlands, their potency drops. Because the amount of ore that got left in the land rendered reduces to the investment these families made was lying alive, covered up, and not in use. So he is making you become part of his experience. Something that spiritually also invites you to do.
Now, we're not done this corner, and invite you all to come and take a peek into the lives of these objects that are around. You can repeat it. You don't come and take a peek. So, what Surajit does is, he has found objects, gathered them from various landscapes, and tried to show how objects see the land. These are not very ordinary objects. I mean, there are these discarded soft and cans, full-time cups, multi pots, teacups. These are not very ordinary objects. And what he has done is taken a camera out of it to show how the objects see the land. And they have been used and they have been discarded. Our relationship with the land itself is changing, and through a very, giving life to these objects, it has shown how to perceive things around us. So if the object was a speed, the object was a capture, what will happen? So Surajit's object photography practices was shown here. And these are all very our daily home objects. So I am asking you all to take a peek into this, and we take a more peek into something more closer, more familiar, more intimate. So come inside. So why don't you come this way and face me? And here again, because these are the two family members, it's a very cozy photograph, but you can see that behind you again have those these trees. Just showing the temporariness of how is this space, is this home that you call as your home really what it is. So just carry forward that idea of transient spaces, we step into this room.
It was important for us to bring in the temporariness of Dhiraj's life. These are his parents, and living in the temporary shelter of a camp also means that there is no idea of permanence. In a similar way, there is no idea of permanence in the conflict zone of India as well. So to your right is a series of artworks, including that arrested by Irtiza Malik, who's from Kashmir, and a lot of her counting, and literal counting over there. As you can see, this work by Shaleen looks at her not being able to be much with her family in 2019 with the recent application. Her counting the amount of lives that were lost in multiple ways in which the conflict continued over there. Her being able to look at the fact that in her subconscious, this also filters through in the form of nightmare as well. So it's a sign of waiting. The fact that she's waiting to outlive and outlast what is this doing to her. In addition to that, physical trauma is easy to see. Mental trauma is quite difficult to see. So one of the things that she truly has brought forward is the impact on mental health of people in conflict zones. When we specifically look at this work over here, which is in front of you on my left and your right, this work is about anxiety. But if you want to show anxiety to somebody, it would be like Pinterest on your head cost. So one of the ways in which she makes very true and accessible to us is to show that. The reason this is left blank is because there's more of this to be counted for. And while this is happening, how does she remain sane? So there is a how to survive that when there's a scene, what are the things you do to kind of keep self-care going, what are the things you do to show care to each other, and what again are the things you do after last what has happened. So in this way, she's kind of brought us to this conversation with text poetry and prose.
So how is the word scene is not just a how you handle it. It's asking you to question what do you do when there's a situation like this? And another text is work that is focusing our attention. It's dark. Now who can start the doctor and we all know that I is so I have attention to particular causes in this Umesh has showcased the different works. So these sanitized are from a performative photographer series where he has gone out to the community and his father is there trying to learn from their indigenous ground and then come up with this. And there is also that in that topmost picture you can see the drawing, that's the drawing, you can see how throughout history women have also been at the forefront of alphabetical revolution. And these are other pictures where it shows the communities changing their relationship with the land. You give back to the land, it gives you back. But with the industrial revolution, things changing. People are abandoning their occupation and they're going back to something else. So that is also reflected here. So looking at the different changing relationships of land, we have two artists here. One is Umesh and on the other side we have
You just have to flip what happened in that moment. One of the things that we also realized is that the representation of the tires for the truck that changed the entire agricultural economy around Gaurang, and the thing that no longer happens is the fact that there's something of grain. So he's kind of making solutions come forward for you, and it's almost real, simply because that illusion of that kind of prosperity is no longer there. So that's something to think about in this room, from looking at childhood with multiple registers of trauma that surround it, and the things that we don't notice. In this room, we're looking at the relationship of man, and again, the things that we don't notice through that as well.
The team at Somaiya Vidyavihar. For all of you that don't know, Immerse was started in the pandemic as a collaboration between Somaiya Vidyavihar, Natasha, Jeyasingh, Shaleen, Wadhwana, and Alkavi. And none of this amazing programming and fellowship would happen without a collaboration. We recognize that the walls of the art world to a young artist are often very tall and intimidating. The goal at Immerse is to bring these young artists closer and make them recognize that these walls can be turned into bridges. And that only has happened because of everyone's support from the art world at large, that they have supported us throughout, from gallerists to teachers to pedagogues, collectors, and all of you all that come out all the way to come see us once a year. I think measuring success in art is difficult because often it is not tangible, often it takes really long. And for us, I wanted to talk about two forms of impact that we've had with Immerse this year. The first one is Jaita Chatterjee. I don't know if you all know, but she had a solo show at Kemol Prescott Road in February. She was discovered here by Shireen Gandhi and Atyan. She did a residency at Kemol Collab, and then she was given a solo show at Kemol Prescott Road. And I think that is, we are so deeply honored to have galleries take risks with our young artists in such an amazing way. And not only that, she met her husband here at our fellowship at Somaiya Vidyavihar at Immerse, and her husband Anila got a solo show at Method. I think Emma, you're here somewhere. Hi. Other than that, Aditya Singh Rajput, he was in our first Immerse, and I wanted to talk about an impact at the grassroots level. He came to us and he asked us, hey, can I do the videos of your Immerse residents this year? So I said, yeah, of course, but why are you doing it? Because you're an artist. He said that, Siddharth, after we came to Immerse, we recognized the value in community building at a grassroots level. He's from Jabalpur, and he thought that after all the studio visits and gallery visits that he did in Bombay, he wanted to recreate that in Jabalpur. So what he's doing here is he's going to basically, understands everybody's method, their practice, and then teach that in their regional languages in Madhya Pradesh. And I think that is the most beautiful part of Immerse, where we can create change at a grassroots level, not only in galleries not only in Bombay, but also in cities smaller cities across India. And I think the best way to put it is Diye se Diya Jalai. And I think that is what Aditya Singh Rajput has done for us. The idea of Immerse is to bring the outskirts to the center and the center to the outskirts. I think as the artists from the outskirts come and understand Bombay and the art world in general, in the center of the art world, I think it is important to also recognize for us that this is an opportunity for us to understand our own country and for us to rediscover our own country through all the complex topics that each artist is talking about in such a beautiful way. And I think this helps us come closer to our own country. I wanted to talk about one last thing which is very close to our heart at Immerse. It is programming and pedagogy. Samir Mama always talks about character building, not only just providing a world-class education, but character building. And from those lines, on those terms, we at Immerse are extremely, extremely passionate about all the pedagogy and programming that we do. I think to distill it, I think what we recognize is that art schools teach you how to make art, but at Immerse, we want to teach people how to become artists. And I think that is us distilled in one line. And I want to invite Natasha, Jeyasingh to talk about our programming. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm going to just give you an overview of the programming that we have at Immerse. At Immerse, our primary aim is to provide the fellows with an overview of the art world and help them build their network. And our programming reflects this. We focus less on artists coming here and making work. Rather, we focus on them learning and having experiences so that they can take this back with them and incorporate that into their future practices. Our programming this year started in November with online sessions with our curator, Shaleen. And after that, the fellows came here to Mumbai in January to experience Mumbai Gallery Weekend. Post this, they went back and continued online sessions and have now come for the 3-week residency program. During this time, we have artist studio visits. We will be visiting the studios of Sameer Kulavur, Vikrant Bhise, who's here, and Lakshmi Madhavan. The purpose of this is for them to engage with practicing artists, artists who are represented by galleries, to have candid conversations of how longevity in career, difficulties as an artist, etc., with fellow contemporary artists. We also have a collaboration with Chemold Collab and Chemold Prescott Road, which will see our fellows presenting their work at Chemold Prescott Road. We also have practical skill workshops. We have a writing workshop with Virangana Kumari Solanki. We have a workshop on documenting and archiving with Deepti Sasidharan, and a workshop with Pankhuri Upadhyay on copyright and other legal laws in the creative fields. This is essentially to equip the fellows with some practical information that unfortunately we don't learn in art schools. Our open studios are another great opportunity for the fellows to meet and engage with a diverse audience. This year we have visits by Hampi Art Labs, Art Mumbai, Art and Wonderment, and of course a number of galleries and artists who are based in Bombay, without whose support we wouldn't really be able to expand the repertoire of our artists. It's not all work and no play though. This year we did an art hop with Kape Arte, and later in the month we go on a field trip to Elephanta with Dr. Pallavi from the Siddharth Somaiya Institute of Dharma Studies, who has a PhD in rock cut architecture. So it's going to be exercise, fun, and learning all rolled into one. The fellows will also be giving back to the community via workshops that they hold for the children from 9 schools under the Somaiya Trust Education. These schools cover urban and rural schools, from CBSE schools to Gujarati and Kannada medium schools, and an orphanage in Dhanu. And each artist will do 2 to 3 workshops with the children, introducing them to the practice of art and allowing them for a moment to have a break from regular studies. Our curatorial fellow has been having a parallel program with intensive sessions on curating and art history courtesy Shaleen over a period of many months. And of course, an intensive course on understanding how to curate an exhibition in an institutional setting. Finally, of course, the best part of Immerse is where we are located. By choosing to put up an exhibition such as the State of Care in the plaza of Aurobindo, Immerse successfully takes contemporary art out of a white cube space and makes it accessible to a whole new audience, in this case, students, faculty, and staff of the university. The space allows you to encounter art without needing to seek it out. We hope the experience of Immerse will allow the expansion of each practice, and we look forward to following the journey of our fellows, and we invite you all to follow it along with us. I will now hand it over to Shaleen.
With us today. I mostly handle a lot to do with the curation at Immerse, and one of the bigger recognitions that we received this year was with India Art Fair inviting Immerse to be part of their parallel program. So the curator of the second edition of Immerse, Satyam Yadav, was invited to curate across all the Immerse alumni that we've had for 2 years. One of the bigger things about that is that we were able to kind of have an outreach at a national scale, which was a big moment of pride for us. In addition to that, I definitely have to add that putting up something like this in an institutional space with 40,000 students in and out every single day is kudos to the entire Somaiya team over here, which ranges from Principal Ma'am right there of this building. Can I have a big round of applause for her, please? Okay. And to the extensive production team. They were willing to do anything, which would be from changing the table length to the table size to please bring this for us, please bring that for us, and there was never a no. And it's very, very difficult to be able to do that with the low turnaround time that we have for something like this. So that is a big thank you, and like from our hearts to everybody over here that made it really possible. So they're all standing everywhere actually. So big round of applause to everybody from the production team and all the teams over here. Thank you so much. And now I invite our artists. We have to be very kind to them. Okay? Everyone's not comfortable on the stage, so please give them that due. They're going to talk to you all about where they're from and what their practice is about, which, let me state, is way more important than what any curator ever has to say about an artist's practice. It's what the artist does that's primary. We are all an ecosystem around them. So, I give it over to Akash.
Hello everyone, my name is Akash Biswas and I am from Andaman Nicobar Island. My bachelor degree are completed in Kolkata, Bengal Fine Art College, and my MFA are completed also in Kolkata, 2022. My art practice underwater ecology and changeable environment. And thank you सब आने के लिए.
Hello, good evening everyone. Myself Dhiraj Rabha. I am from Assam. So I grew up in a very pristine village called Baralegaon in Assam, but I grew up in an ex-Sulfa detention camp. So I am here, and thank you for Immerse for inviting us here, and thank you all for coming us here and encourage us. So my practice is here. So I develop my practice in a multiple way of like drawing, painting, but here like there is one of my drawing here and the installations. So yeah, thank you.
Hello everyone, thank you for coming. My name is Gaurang Naik. I am from Goa. I did my bachelor's from Goa College of Art in 2019 and completed my master's from MSc Baroda in 21. So talking about my practice, I was born and brought up in a small village in South Goa, which is like surrounded with the mining hub. So growing up, like seeing this disturbing landscape in my surrounding, like its impact on the landscape, like local people, and also the environment, it what inspired my practice. And basically my practice talks about like how alteration in landscape like leads to like collapse in traditional cultural practices of that surrounding. And also in my recent practice, I try to look at like age surfaces and try to use it as a metaphor to like talk about these issues. Yeah, thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Harun Rashid. I am from West Bengal and I completed my bachelor's from Kolkata and master's from Hyderabad. And my practice is about interrogating memory and history. And in short, I can say that unveiling of the power dynamics. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Lakshya Bhargava and I've been born and brought up in Ghaziabad, and in 2018 I moved down to Bangalore to do my bachelor's from Karnataka Chitrakala Parishad, Bangalore School of Visual Arts Evening, and in 2022 I completed it. So in these years when I was living in Bangalore, the space and people sort of informed my practice, and I try to work with these queer cultures, queer experiences, queer friendships, scenes of empowerment, and I try to sort of display the existence of these marginalized subcultures and communities to sort of bring out an act of resistance in an indirect way. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Irtiza. I am born and based in Kashmir. I am a student of history. I did my bachelor's in history from Ramjas College, Delhi University. And then I did my master's from Ambedkar University in Delhi. And since then I've been trying to understand the concept of time and the concept of voids. And within that I'm trying to understand the idea of fragmented histories, what goes unacknowledged, and how to build newer vocabularies where we can acknowledge those things that are left not just unsaid, but also unarticulated in a way. Thank you for coming
हेलो
here.
एवरीवन, मैं सुरजीत और मैं वेस्ट बंगाल से हूँ। मैंने अपना बैचलर्स और मास्टर्स दोनों शांति निकेतन से किया है, कला भवन से। तो मेरा प्रैक्टिस बेसिकली एक अल्टरनेटिव फोटोग्राफी और हैंडमेड इमेज मेकिंग के ऊपर है, जो कि एक स्टूडियो बेस्ड प्रैक्टिस है, जिसको मैं एक पब्लिक एंगेजमेंट के थ्रू परफॉर्मेटिव वे पे डिफरेंट साइट्स में लेके एक एंगेजमेंट के थ्रू भी प्रैक्टिस ग्रो हो रहा है। तो थैंक यू।
Hello everyone, my name is Shikha and I've done my bachelor's from MSU Baroda. I did painting and I did my master's from Shiv Nadar University. So the current set of oil paintings, they talk about, my practice is about the nature of the construction of the self by tracing back its trajectories through the more interior spaces of one's home, one's family, one's childhood, and the relationships that one shares with oneself and with others. So the question that I'm trying to think about is, where does one come from? And what do the mundane occurrences within the safety and the safety and the privacy of one's home say about the larger world, its inherent politics, and about the human condition? Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Umesh. I am from Bhojpur in Bihar. So I completed my bachelor degree from Banaras Hindu University and master from SN School of Art and Communication, Hyderabad. And now I enrolled in PhD program again in Banaras Hindu University. So my all work is related to the agrarian livelihood, indigenous knowledge, and ecological concern. So thank you. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for being here. I'm Haifa, and I'm from Kannur, Kerala, and I'm the Curatorial Fellow for this edition. And I am immensely grateful to be here. So actually, I'm not an artist, and I did my bachelor's in literature, and right now I'm pursuing my master's in society and culture. Currently, I'm working on a thesis that is looking at Kerala Gulf migration and the impact it has done on the Mapala region. So this was my first time curating, and it has been an incredibly rewarding journey. It's been challenging also. I've learned a lot from Shaleen, Natasha, and Siddharth. Thank you so much, because they've taught me from being assertive to overseeing production, to learning about different art practices. It's been something that I have never had to contend with before. And so I'm immensely grateful for this opportunity. And we've put a lot of thought into this show, and I'm really, thank you to all for listening to this.
Request, best sit. Okay, we just request everybody to join us at the Artist Open Studios, and we have dinner for you after that. So along the same line, just let's go.
But at the same time, the smaller works, it's really important. Because I know these people very closely, so I cannot ignore that.
कलेक्टिव अंडमान से जो चीज़ मिलता है मुझे, देन ये जो फोटोल्स है वो इसका सरफेस में मैंने यूज़ करके मेरे लाइफ के साथ जो अनरिलेटिंग हो रहा है वो चीज़ मैंने एंड यहाँ पे जैसे आप देख सकते हैं कि कोरल्स है, क्योंकि समुद्र में बहुत ओवर फिशिंग के कारण जो नेट है फंस जाता है कोरल्स के अंदर, देन नेवर ग्रो अप एंड रियल स्पीशीज आर गॉन टू एटक। तो इसलिए मैंने यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा स्काल मतलब अब बोन मैप
हाय कसा आहे बरं आहे मजेत So this is
इधर बैठ जाता है, ठीक है, फिर मैं कहीं लॉक कर देता हूँ, फिर इधर इस क्लास है, इसमें सटा है, फोकस में करता हूँ, टाइम लगेगा, साल ऐसा मतलब एक महीने में लगा, 2 साल के आसपास बहुत अलग लग जाता है।
You want to take us through your process and...
That's what I'm saying. These are also?
These are all acrylic in Bangalore.
So these are all set in Bangalore.
I don't have it.
Okay, let's take one more. Everyone here.
Wait, one sec, Shaleen.
Wait.
Everyone here, look here, smile please. Let's take one more. Hold please, smile everyone.